What is up, you guys? So welcome back to my channel. So today is December 29th. I just got back like 2 days ago from being home for Christmas, and I leave again tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. To go visit a friend in New Orleans for New Year's. So with that being said, I obviously did not get a video last week, and I don't really have time to film anything super like detailed or exciting, but I did want to get a video up, and I've been wanting to kind of chat anyways, so I thought that this would be a good time. So basically in this video, I kind of just like want to literally just kind of chat about some things that are on my mind in general right now, as well as kind of recap 2019, tell you guys a little bit about like my plans for 2020, and yeah, just chat. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I know that this isn't like the most engaging video. My full days of eating usually do the best, but for those of you who are interested, hopefully you enjoy this video. It's been on my mind, so I wanted to talk about it. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so my freaking eyelashes are like all stuck together. Though I'll start kind of with recap 2019. So in 2019, I basically did a whole, like, my life has changed so much. So I was in school in undergrad for nutrition and dietetics, and as they started to talk about the dietetic internship more, basically with dietetics, what you do, you go to undergrad and then you go to an internship, usually mixed with grad school after, and then you can sit for your RD exam. But in my senior year, I was really just like not feeling it. I worked as a diet tech, and I know that there's so much more that you can do as a dietitian outside of just clinical things, but regardless, I worked as a diet tech, really hated it. And just every single time that they brought it up, the dietetic internship, like in classes, in the meetings and things like that, I just like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, because like that's what I was supposed to do. That's what I thought I was going to do for 4 years. But there was just like something in me, it just didn't feel right. And so from there, I decided to just not do it. I remember like I called my mom and I was like, so I've never really thought about this before, but like, what if I just didn't do the internship? Like, I don't think I want to do it, because you have to pay to go to it. You don't get paid during it. It's 1 to 2 years long. You're also in grad school, and like my business was slowly growing with social media and my client base, and I just knew that it would all take a big hit if I did that, because all of my time would be spent in that. Like, at least with school and undergrad, like I could study, get my schoolwork done, and then work on my business. But with the internship and grad school, that was going to be like a full-time thing, and I knew that wasn't going to benefit what I was doing on the side in any way. And I just like didn't really feel a passion for it at all anymore. Like I don't know. So yeah, I called my mom and I said that, and she was like, well, I mean, I guess I've never really thought about that, but like she totally supported me, and she was like, just like give it some real thought, make sure like you actually don't want to do that, make sure that, because I get very overwhelmed. So she was like, just make sure that you're not just making like an on-the-spot decision. And I really don't want to hate on dietetics at all, like, and I don't want to turn anybody off from it, because this is me, this is my journey, and I do think it's a great field. We need good dietitians out there, and we need good dietitians out there, because just like anything, just like with the personal training certification, there are people who are certified who still don't need, like in my opinion, don't need to be doing what they're doing. And I think it's a great field. Obviously we need them, especially like the obesity epidemic is like skyrocketing. Like, we need them. So I'm not hating on dietetics, this is my journey, just want to preface that. But anyway, so I decided not to do it. And then my next step, I've always just been a school-minded person. I thrive off of that structure, and I also thrive off of my accomplishments in school. I've always been really good at school. I got a 3.98 in undergrad because of one stupid class. But yeah, so I've always just kind of thrived off that, like those grades. That's kind of my comfort zone. I was good at school. Those grades gave me a lot of, I don't know, I really enjoyed school. I'm a nerd. So anyways, in my mind, there was no way I just like was done. Like, because for 4 years I had thought, okay, next is a 2-year internship kind of thing, or a year internship and then a master's. The time kind of depends on which program that you choose. But in my head, that was where I was going. And so to change that to nothing was like, oh, no, like what? I can't go from that to I'm done. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to go to grad school instead and do exercise science, because my passion has kind of changed more so to exercise science in general. I love it. I literally am obsessed with it. Still, every single day I study something usually about it, even though I'm not in school, but I'll get to that. And so yeah, I was like, okay, well, I'll just do that, and then maybe I'll go to PT school. Like, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it, but maybe I'll do that. I also am a big research nerd, so I was like, maybe I can pick like a topic that I really like and do some research in that and whatnot. So I applied for that. I actually took biomechanics because I could not get into the grad school program at my school without that class. I had already taken like anatomy, physiology, all those, but that was the one that I was missing. So I even like enrolled in that class, went through that, did well in that. But anyways, got accepted into the program. And then I got offered like a residency. So basically a thing where if I don't really know if that's what they called it. I think that's what they called it. But basically they would pay for my rent, a little stipend for like other things. And then also, I mean, the key thing though would be that I would be working full time in research with that alongside grad school. So that obviously was really hard for me, a really hard decision. I did decide not to, kind of for the same reasons. I was like, well, I still want to be growing my business, because my main goal at this time is kind of like, okay, I'm going to do this as like a buffer because I think I need school right now. Like, I don't really know, but I do want to keep growing my client business and one day make that my full time. So anyways, I said no to that. And then moving forward, I guess like 2 weeks, or I think it was like 10 days before my first day of classes. So obviously all summer, I had all summer to not have school and to be solely focused on my social media, my clients, my business. And it was growing like pretty quickly. And I was like, the closer that grad school starting was coming, the more stressed and the less aligned I was feeling with my life, and just kind of like, what am I like? I don't know what to do. I know that this is going to put me back in business because I am going to get so busy, because grad school is hard, especially like exercise science classes, and like the research that I wanted to do, things like that. It was just going to be a lot. And the closer it got, the more I was like, oh my, like, I don't know what to do. And like 10 days before, I got an email and it was like, this would be the last day to drop classes without a fee. And I literally don't know like what pulled me to do it, but I was like, I cannot do this right now. Like, I just can't. So I dropped my classes and I was like, okay, like, I'm done with school. Like, I'm going full time into my dream, into my passion, into coaching, into social, well, not that like social media is my passion, but it's kind of like a means to grow my business. And obviously I do love connecting with people. I am very, very grateful for my platform, but I didn't not do that so I could like get more followers on Instagram. Like, that was not the intention behind it. It was, I want to do this to continue to grow my social media so that I can continue to grow my business, continue to better my coaching practice, to get more clients, and to give them my absolute best, basically. And just like work on other fun projects that I would want to do for my brand, things like that. So yeah, I decided to do that. And it was like, honestly, I thought I was going to, because I'm a very anxious person, I thought I was going to have a little freak out after, but I still haven't. Like, now I'm about to get to another point, but like about my anxiety in this job and stuff, but I have not regretted, that's a better word. I haven't regretted that decision since I did it. I have had a lot of downs and mistakes and failures, but I have learned from all of them, and like, I've grown so much already in such a short time, and my business, like, I can see the future of it, and I know I'm not where I want to be right now, but like, I don't regret it because I do have like a plan, and I know that if I like keep showing up and keep putting in work and keep bettering myself, and the content and the value that I provide for you guys, like, obviously that's going to compound over time. But anyways, yeah, so I decided that, and then I just went full time with what I'm doing now. And that is mainly, for those of you who don't know, would be like coaching, and then social media, as well as like my programs, things like that. I actually have a new one coming out soon. And but yeah, so since then I've also done, so Precision Nutrition is a certification that I am almost done with. I have like a couple more chapters. Like there's a little exam for each of the chapters, so I have like 2 more of those, and then I'll be done with that one. And then In-One Education, that's a training certification course thing that I did. I finished the first 2 modules. The third one's not out yet, but that will be out soon, and I'll do that. I do have my personal training certification. I do keep up with like research, so I'm big into self-education, as you can see. Even though school is done for me, I really just am a big believer in always learning. Like, if you ever think that you know everything, that's when you stop growing, in my opinion. You just always have to be learning and always be looking to learn from people. Be okay with saying that you were wrong, because, you know, in the moment, it's not a bad intention. Like, you have to keep growing. Like with how I did my client stuff at the very beginning, I will look back on that and be like, oh my gosh, what was that check-in? What were my systems? And now with the systems that I have in the organization and how I do check-ins, things like that, like I have grown so much as a coach. And like before, I would just give clients, you know, at first I would kind of give them their macros because I knew like the science and everything, and like I would give them their macros and whatnot, and you know, their workout plan. But now I'm big into also focusing so much on like mental side of things, mindset, because it all plays together. But I've had to learn that, and it's because of the self-education that I took and the growth mindset that I've taken on, and knowing that I don't know everything, I never will. So that's kind of where I'm at now, just continuing to study, better my coaching practice, better my knowledge, so that I can better help people. And yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. And in 2020, my plans are really just to continue to be the best coach that I can become even better, develop my systems even more, and just truly bring my clients so much value, as well as you guys so much value on social media. I don't want to just do things like everybody else does them. Like, I want you guys to get value from my page, whether that be, or from my brand, whether that be my Instagram, my YouTube, or my podcast. That's kind of where I'm at right now. And I have actually kind of gotten rid of a few things that I was doing that just like weren't, like my Strong by Sydney subscription site. That's actually ending here pretty soon. The girls in there know about it, but it's just like something that I feel like I was just kind of doing because I felt like that's what a lot of people did, and like I don't want to do that. I actually have huge exciting things planned for 2020. I'm not gonna have like a new thing where I'm not saying anything until stuff is done, but I do have really big, really exciting things for 2020 where I can work one-on-one so much more closely and just so detailed with people in a new way that I never have. And I'm so freaking pumped. And then obviously I also just want to step up my game in YouTube content, my podcast content, my Instagram content, to where there's truly value there. And yeah, I just don't want to do things like other people, and I don't want to be constantly comparing myself to other people. Like, I want to do things for me and for you guys that's going to bring value. And so that's kind of where my head's at right now. I still, like I said, I have so far to go in business and just in growth in my business and myself. I have so far to go, but I am super happy with the progress that I have made in the short time that I have kind of decided to take this on full time. It's definitely been a learning curve. I mean, even learning like email marketing, just like what stuff I was wasting my time with. I have wasted thousands of dollars on things that, you know, I thought were going to help my business and they didn't, or, you know, programs that I thought were going to help me and they didn't. So much stuff, but I've learned from it all, and I'm going to continue to have those failures, and I'm going to continue to learn, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And then I guess the last thing that I wanted to say was just like, with what I'm doing, I definitely don't ever want anybody to think that I'm like above anyone or think that I'm above anyone because I'm doing this full time now. Because you guys, like, I don't think, like, I hate to like say this, and I know a lot of influencers say like they hate to say this, but I really do, because it's like, I know that sometimes people can say like, oh, you work from home, like your life is so easy. All you have to do is post on social media. But honestly, you guys, like it can be really, really hard, first of all, to just constantly be creating new content because I'm not creating it. I don't create this for me. Like I create it for people. So like just constantly coming up with what's going to help people, like what do people want to see today, and having to do it for multiple different platforms, and not knowing how it's going to be received. And then like I have terrible days too, and like sometimes on those days, you know, that'll be the day that I get 2 rude comments and it just like ruins my whole day. Or things like comparison. It's so hard in this position not to constantly be comparing myself and putting myself down, because there's always going to be somebody ahead of me. There's always going to be a lot of people ahead of me. And so that's been really hard, as well as I would just say like anxiety in general, because like I don't have benefits. I don't have a set exact plan. Like as of literally a couple of weeks ago, I kind of changed my whole business plan because I realized what I was doing in 2019 business wise wasn't going to work long term. And so, yeah, it's just kind of, it's very stressful and it's all on me. I don't have anybody telling me what to do, anything like that. And so that's kind of the hard part. And then I struggle, like I said, a lot with anxiety and comparison of where I'm at, anxiety about my future, things like that. And then just kind of trying to do too much at once. Like I have all of these huge plans, you know, that I like want to get done. And then it's like, I get stressed because, you know, I can't do them all in one day, especially, you know, I have to record a podcast and I have to film for YouTube and I have to do this and that. And I'm not complaining at all. I'm just kind of like telling you guys that it's definitely not all glamorous, and like I definitely still struggle, and I literally honestly don't really know exactly what I'm doing. I just know that I have a passion for this. This is what I want to do. I want to help as many people as I can. I want to provide value. I want to have fun. I want to connect with you guys. And yeah, so that's kind of that. I would just say like any social media influencer, like they have their bad days. I can promise you that. I have a lot of them. And I've started to implement a lot more practices to help me with my anxiety, things like that. And I think that just the more that I learn about business, the more confident I feel in the future. This past year was definitely a learning experience. I know this year will be too, but yeah, so that's really it. I also just kind of wanted to say thank you for those of you who have been here supporting me. Y'all support means a lot, like more than you know. I could not do this without you guys. And I just want you guys to know, even if like you never buy anything from me or work with me coaching one-on-one, you can always still support. Like literally you can support by liking this video, shameless plug, subscribing to my channel, liking my posts, commenting on Instagram. All of that stuff is still support and it still means a lot. Yeah, I'm super excited for 2020. 2019 was definitely a big year of a lot of changes, a lot of growth, and super excited for the year to come. But I hope that you guys kind of enjoyed that. Hopefully it just kind of gave you a better picture of who I am, like what I'm doing, where I was, where I'm kind of like looking to go. Honestly, I don't really know, like I don't have like a very set details that I want to give you guys for 2020, just because, like I said, I don't want to say anything till it's done. But I am really excited, and that's my life. So hopefully this kind of like also inspired some of you guys, whether it be that you're wanting to go into fitness coaching, if you know what you're doing. There's a lot of people who don't, or if you're wanting to start a different business, like something with makeup or clothes or whatever it may be. Hopefully it just inspired you like to just go for it, just like take action on it. Obviously, if you don't have a good base, don't just like quit your job and go for it, but build up a base on the side and then like go for it, you know? Hopefully that kind of inspired some of you guys, because I know it took me a long time to take that leap. But that's all. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and all my ranting. Love you guys so much, and I'll see you in 2020. Bye.